Welcome to Pitch Perfect Families, brought to you by Peak Music Studios. I'm Jeff Moore, your host, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about that dreaded practice. I was asked by one of our family members, what do you mean by a technical workout? Because we talked about that before when we were talking about practice. Your student needs to have a technical workout that is prepared by the school or instructor that they do at least 5 days a week. The technical workout is meant to improve skills that they need so that they can play the music that they would like to play. Now, this is a novel approach based on some schools and instructors that we see who just give your student this music and say, try and play it. And if they can't play it, well, you need to practice more. They put that on you. There's a really high chance of failure. The student gets frustrated and quits. You get frustrated because you're arguing with your child about they must not be practicing right or they didn't figure it out. And the instructor may say, well, it's a character building experience. This is not a character building experience. This is a learning experience. And if it's a learning experience and it is a skill set that is difficult to acquire, you want to make it as easy as possible. Because it's hard enough learning it even with the best instruction. So you need that good instruction. You need that easy path for both you and your student. So the fastest way for them to improve their skill set in the least amount of time, because everybody's busy, is with a daily technical workout. So what is the technical workout? Well, it depends on what the class is or the instruction is that the student is getting. If they are learning to be an opera singer, they need to practice opera techniques with scales for 10 or 15 minutes a day, every day as beginning students. If they are a guitar student and they want to be a rock and roll guitar player that is a lead guitarist, they need to practice the techniques, the bass techniques like hammer-on pull-offs, moving between chord positions, arpeggios, sweep picking, those type of things, and it needs to be defined. You need an exact map of what they do in their 10 or 15 minutes because it's not that much time. So what you want from the school is that map. So if they're in a class, it should be, this is your workout. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to spend 15 minutes and then you're finished. After that, your student can then learn to play some songs that they would like to play with their newly acquired skills. So if you wanted to compare this to a sports environment, this is like practicing shooting baskets in basketball. It's like practicing dribbling in basketball, practicing passing. You practice those skill sets hundreds of times, and then you integrate that into a game. There is no difference between that and musical practice. They need to practice the base skill sets hundreds or thousands of times. And they can't do that if the only time that they see that skill required is one time in a song that takes them 15 minutes to play because they're so slow at it. What you do is you take that piece out, that skill that they're having a hard time with, you put it in an exercise, you have them repeat that 50 or 100 times in a 5-minute period, and they're done, and their skill set goes way up. So if you're not in a school that's providing a technical workout daily, in addition to encouraging them to work on songs, then you're in the wrong place, because the average school will say, here's a song, figure it out. The fast way to do it, the scientific way to do it, the best learning path for you, the fastest way up the mountain is to do that short technical workout on skills that need to be worked on. And the instructor should correct them when they're in their class period so that they're doing it correctly. If it's a guitar, they're doing it with the correct fingering. If it's with voice, that they're using the correct octave and the correct posture and the correct breathing techniques so that they can be successful. And you should have an exact roadmap for that, because it's your job as the Pitch Perfect family member to assist your student in finding time that they can complete that workout. And if they just do that on a daily basis, all of a sudden they start to get better really quickly. It's not a mystery anymore. So make sure that you ask more from your instructor. Ask more from your schools. Schools need to do more and stop teaching in the old. It's 1,000 years old to say it's a character building experience and you need to struggle through it. Find something else to build character so that they don't quit on their musical path. What you need is something to make it as easy as possible, because sticking with music through a long time period and getting to a very high level is difficult enough without placing obstacles in their way and telling students or you that you have to figure it out on your own. Hold those schools and instructors accountable, and I will see you next time.